Hola.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. Cuéntanos, how are you guys doing?
Really well.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Excelente. You know, this is a bilingual, trilingual interview. We'll throw Espanol. I may throw some Portuguese at you.
Portuñol.
Oh, that is widely spoken in my family.
Yeah.
Guys, you look great and you sound great. Thank you once again for being here. And before we start, I'm just gonna say once again hello a nossos amigos en América Latina que van a ver este show después, amigos do Brasil y a todos, all of you guys watching in Austin cable. Channel 16, Austin Music Television. Thank you for being here. Chicos, I always start the interviews with the same question. So I'll ask you, what are you joyful for today? ¿Qué les da en el día de hoy? ¿Qué es lo que les está dando alegría hoy? You guys can take turns.
Para mí, estar con estos muchachos, being with these guys.
Y contigo también.
Yeah.
Y con toda la gente que está ahí conectada siempre. Eso es lo que me da mi energía.
Es lo que nos da alegría y lo que nos mueve y nos motiva a keep going, you know.
Así es. Y en estos tiempos, ¿no? De que we are striving for, we really want that connection. One of the beautiful things that, in my case, brought me to Austin is this musical connection. The live music creates improves our heart because our heart has electromagnetic fields in our heart, and then when we are live in music, there's just something special that we feel, and then I think this city, toda esa ciudad empieza a sentir esta energía, y ahora no tenemos esa energía. We don't have that overwhelming live music energy lately, and I know for all musicians it's affecting us. So talk to me a little bit on why did you guys how was did you guys meet here as a trio in Austin? Did you guys meet before Austin? You know, how did you create the connection that you guys have? Did you guys how long did you guys know each other?
So we started to play with bands around the world. We have a couple of tours with singer-songwriters here in Austin and in the United States. So we meet each other playing music from Colombia, like playing our roots in different bands. So one day, Victor brought a project that he had been working on New York with more people from Colombia have been doing that over there from roots. And when we started to play each other and we see like what is the possibility that we have to make or change music in our perspective or our conception about Colombian music is. So we bring that ideas together and we say like maybe we can do something now. And Victor just jumped in the homework and created this kind of sound, and we develop each other playing and try to record it. And when we finish it to record, we listen to that, and it's Nemegata right there.
And let's talk about Nemegata. What is Nemegata, and what is the Nemegata energy?
What is Nemegata? Well, Nemegata comes from it's the old name of the place where my great-grandparents were from in Colombia.
Excellent.
It's a mountain. It's called Vereda. It's like a neighborhood, but in the countryside. So it's just like a bunch of farms. They have special names in the outskirts of the towns. So this was the name back when they were alive. And Nemegata is the Muisca, which is the indigenous language in that region in the Andes. So I wanted to use that name to sort of resignify tradition and ancestry, but bring it to our present. So the energy of Nemegata is exactly that, is being deeply rooted in our own cultures, in our traditions, in our cosmologies, all the legacy that we have, and we're standing on a lot of people's shoulders. So we're bringing all those deep roots and then just doing them according to our own perspective, living in this time right now.
Oh, terrific. Let's get into that a little deeper. Vamos hablar un poco más de eso. Yo soy fan de su país. I am a fan of your country, Colombia. And one of the things that for me, one of the many things that for me has been special is that there are so many amazing cities with very, very strong cultura local, cultura regional, and then goes with the music. If traveling to el Pacífico, al Atlántico, al Centro, to the Amazon, there is a wealth of música colombiana, and it's a similar thing to Brazil. Brazil is a huge country, but when people talk Brazilian music, I'm like, be more specific, please, porque. So, would you guys mind? I would like to know from Fabian, from Cesar, and from you, within Colombia, what parts of Colombia either your family has lived around or that you have roots? Because I have friends that like, oh, I'm from Barranquilla, and then I have a friend that say, oh, yo soy, with a lot of pride, like of their city. You ustedes, so we're talking about your roots. So I'd like to know one by one a little bit of de sus raíces in Colombia. ¿De dónde provienen?
Bueno, yo soy de Bogotá, de la capital, y pues básicamente crecí en Bogotá, pero pues mi padre y mis abuelos son del campo, de un pueblo que se llama Jericó, que es cerca a una ciudad importante de Boyacá, que se llama Tunja, pero bueno, es un poco cerca a Tunja. Y bueno, yo vengo de Bogotá.
De Bogotá. I had that pleasure. The only place that I play music in Colombia has been Bogotá, through friends that from Bogotá that they were playing music in South by Southwest, and then they invited me to play a festival there. Una hermandad de músicos, no? So I love your city. I know that es el concreto, no? Pero in Bogotá, I met people from all over Colombia. It was like I didn't have to get out of Bogotá to meet people from Santa Marta, to meet people from so many places. So that was a thing special to me. Since I didn't have money or time to travel all over your country, no? Pero in Bogotá you can get a little taste from talking to people and so forth. I really appreciate that. Y tú, Victor, you mentioned a little bit about the specific area of Nemegata. I think you mentioned your family comes from el área de los Andes. Is that correct?
Yes. So that town is Junín. That's where my father's family come from, which is actually on the way to the place where his father's family comes from, which is Boyacá, is the next departamento, or like a state, right? And all of this is within the Andes, the mountain range, because the Andes, when they reach Colombia from Peru, the mountain range splits in three. So it's like a very wide and diverse Andean region. So I grew up in Cogua, which is a small town in the outskirts of Bogotá, like north of Bogotá, in the countryside. And so I grew up in another vereda, in the country, in the woods, like living within the farm, life. And my mom is from Aguadas Caldas, which is on the other mountain to the west side, and that's where the coffee area is in Colombia, like the major areas where a lot of the coffee is grown. So those are my roots.
Yeah, well, we have something a little bit in common. My mom's family in Brazil comes from a very heavy coffee area. And I remember for every holiday as a kid, I would go to hang with my uncles, and I was always playing hide and seek in the coffee fields, y el olor de café cuando es la época antes de la siembra o después de la siembra. Así que qué bonito. Y César, cuéntanos, tell us a little bit for you, ¿dónde están tus raíces en Colombia o fuera de ella también?
Bueno, no, mis raíces son completamente colombianas. Soy de la ciudad de Medellín, parte del interior del país más o menos. Sí, la ciudad de Medellín es como una montaña, un valle y una montaña, rodeado de montañas también. Sí, tengo una parte indígena que es por parte de mi madre, que es indígena de la montañera que llamamos, o sea, de la montaña Highlanders que llaman, y mi padre es de la costa pacífica colombiana, específicamente del Chocó. Se conocieron y bueno, tuvieron esta familia, y tengo esta conexión entre lo indígena y lo negro, ¿sí? Que es más como lo que ha suscitado, lo que se ha podido decir es como que es como un amerindio, una persona que nació acá entre un indio y un negro mestizo.
Sí, sí, sí. Y qué bonito porque it helps me to, and you know, for folks that if you have not traveled, if you're watching this and you never traveled to Colombia, when we can travel in the future, ojalá cuando se termine esa pandemia, I recommend for folks to visit Colombia, to get to know about the Colombian people and the many Colombian sounds, especially for music lovers. As we were saying, so much of I think I would like to, since I hope there is some folks that never heard of your music before, getting to know you today. Let's talk a little bit about some of these musical styles from Colombia, or ritmos, influencias. What are I know that there are so many, but maybe there's 2 or 3 Colombian styles or rhythms that you guys bring into your contemporary music. Talk to me a little bit about that, esa relación, because you are looking at your roots and then you're bringing something new. Your music sounds fresh. So how does that work, and what are specifically, qué ritmos son esos? Now, what are those rhythms that you are bringing to us in 2020 in Austin?
So, I mean, some of the rhythms are inspired by traditions from the Caribbean coast of Colombia. And that's a whole universe in and of itself. The Caribbean region is very rich in Colombia. That's where cumbia and vallenato and bullerengue comes from. So we draw a lot of inspiration from that region, and we actually play the drums from that specific part of Colombia. So that's a very deep language that we incorporate in our music. And then since we are from the mountain area, of course, there's a lot of Andean influences as well. And also from the Pacific coast, which is where part of Cesar's roots come from. And that's where the marimba and a lot of Afro-Colombian drums come from. So it's sort of all of those sounds, and from the plains, from the eastern plains in Colombia. But there's always a common thread, you know, because all of these regions had or have indigenous and African roots. Some regions more than others, but there is a common thread, and you can sort of see where everything developed. And some things have more strings, some things have more drums, some things have more flutes. but you can sort of see how everything has traveled.
And it's beautiful, you know, and Cesar, you were talking about, wow, you know, to being your family and your roots as Amerindio or Afro-Latino, quizás. Many folks use different words. So and for you guys, for all of you guys in general, I have done a little bit, very small studying, because music is a vast universe. But when I think of cumbia, there is a relationship between los indígenas de Colombia, los negros in Colombia, and that there is a very human relationship that gives birth to cumbia. No, do you guys? I mean, I'm zeroing a little bit more now on the cumbia just because it has been such a popular quote-unquote ritmo in Austin and in Texas and Mexico first, and now it's a global. Cumbia has become global. And for me, música colombiana, you know, like some of my favorite bands of all bands that I can think of are Colombian bands. So would you guys give us a little bit of your, you know, maybe as a drummer or as a bass player, what is your relationship with the cumbia in general? Are there specific artists or specific styles or instrumentation that you think people should, if people want to understand more about cumbia, that's a better way to ask you the question. If people want to understand more about cumbia, what would you tell them?
Okay, no, it's like I've been emerging on it because it's something like it happened naturally for us. We woke up in the morning and every single speaker in the house or in the taxi driver, the bus driver, listen that, you know. So the rhythm there is like a.
You're coming back from a party and you're hangover and you're like, ah.
Yes. Está ahí. Entonces, está como decir de que la cumbia es algo que se pueda entender desde partes rítmicas o cómo se escribe o qué instrumentos tiene o analizarla desde ahí. Claro que va a ser una muy buena primera intervención o de cómo entenderla, pero de verdad es como sentarse a escuchar todo lo que le pueden dar a una persona en ese momento para escuchar y todo lo que hay para atrás, y entre más viejo más te vas a untar de la cumbia y vas a llegar al punto donde no va a ser esa cumbia tradicional que estamos escuchando, que se supone que estamos escuchando acá en tiempos modernos, sino que es algo que de pronto no está tan como estipulado, que esto es cumbia o esto es como solo una expresión entre el indígena y el negro en las montañas de Colombia. Es algo como así.
I see. And I gonna, just for a moment, because I think it's important, I'm gonna kind of give you a gist of what you said in English. You know, because I asked Cesar, and Cesar is telling us, okay, there is, you can study like the from the musical notation, the instruments, the patterns, then you can do that. And musically, like you're saying, you're going to be a richer musician if you understand that. But there's no substitution to living. You got to live the cumbia. If I hear what you're saying, si escucho bien.
Yes, sir. Sí, es como tener las palpitaciones del corazón siempre en el offbeat. Es como, no sé.
You know, that is amazing you say that. No, that's great. Because I remember meeting someone, a great Italian guitar player one day, and we were just playing for a little bit, and he was older and way better musician than me, but then he came to me and he was like, oh, you pinche brasileño, you got this thing in your heart that is and I'm like, I can't help it, dude. It's like, but in my case, I'm talking about samba, which some folks said that, oh, samba, sure, has relations to West Africa, and there is even a rhythm in West Africa called semba. But I've heard, I believe Gilberto Gil's Brazilian musician, say there is something about the slave trade, being in that boat from Africa to Brazil, and how the ocean felt, and the anxiety, and just making that journey, and that gave birth to samba. There is something minor. It's not like, once again, like you said, Cesar, if I look at the notes on the paper, okay, I can play samba, boom, 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 boom. But it's not just that, right? It's like, and so it's beautiful to hear the same thing about cumbia and y'all's relationship to it. Que bonito.
Yeah, and also you start feeling that when you grew up, listen the radio in the bus and the taxi, everywhere. You grew up listen this kind of readings, this kind of patterns. So this is our
Advantage.
Sí,
you know,
advantage,
because
ventaja.
we grew up listening that, and it's like you. I can play Brazilian music like you know, because it's a different situation. So the cumbia is you need to listen and try to understand, but we grew up with this in the blood, you know. So
Sí. I love it. I love it. And Fabiana, I mean, you're the drummer of the band, and you are adapting many things into the drum kit. So that's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you're adapting tambores. I imagine that you are adapting sounds from shakers, tambores, and then you're bringing into the modern drum set. That's a nice thing. Do you have referencias? Are there certain percussionists or certain artists that, in terms of rhythm, that you think people should listen to, that really inspire you when you think about la música that you play?
Well, I'm a lot of musician and start for the big masters, you know, they playing the tambor alegre or tambora. But right now, in the modern music, I listen my master or my teacher, Julián Sarmiento.
Julián
He's
Sarmiento.
my big reference, because he come back to the places, the specific places, to research about the music and play with the paito, the big gaitero. This is even play right now with him, and he researched about all this music and put all the research or all the knowledge in the drum set. And when I studied with him, he showed me some things and try to bring that to the drum set, no?
Julián Sarmiento. Oh, wow.
Urián. Sorry.
Urián. Wow.
Urián.
With the letter U, no? Con la U.
Yes.
Sí. If you are watching this and you are a drummer, you go to Nemegata.com, you become friends with these guys, and then you can reach out to Fabian and take some lessons with Fabian, okay? He's gonna show to you. Before, I have more questions for you guys, but I just want to share here. Guillermo está mandando saludos ahí a Nemegata y a César.
Saludos, Guillermo.
Sí, ahí está Guillermo y Johanna también, el Power Trio. Maravilla, representing. Qué bonito. No, qué bonito. I want to talk to you, Victor, or ask you about the songwriting process. As a songwriter, I always love that process, ¿cómo es con ustedes? ¿Bastante orgánico? ¿Hay una idea y se van ayudando entre todos y sale? Or do you come up with the lyrics and chords and then share? How does songwriting and songwriting and arranging work with the three of you guys?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's been so far. It's been two processes which have evolved. Originally, since I brought the main idea of the project, since I was living in New York, I was writing all the songs, all the lyrics, all the melodies. When I came here, I wanted to put together the band, so I wrote even the bass lines and the rhythms for the drums, because I'm a percussionist too, so I understand rhythm as well. And then we sort of put it all together, and then they brought their to it, and that's basically what part of the first album was. But now, since we've been together for what has been like 2 years since I moved here to Austin, it's been kind of like what you just said. Maybe I bring an idea, like I'm thinking about this guitar riff, and Fabian comes up with the rhythm, and then Cesar comes up with a bass line. Or maybe, we're constantly sharing music amongst ourselves a lot. Like, hey, check out this album, check out this song, check out this old vinyl I just got from like old Colombian music or whatever. And so maybe Fabian is like, hey, look, I came up with this rhythm. So then we put something onto it, So right now that's sort of the process. Everyone is bringing their own touch to it, and we comment, and we help each other, we push each other, like, hey, think about this, or like we always want to try to bring the best out of each other,
Así
so that's
es.
sort of the process. Yeah.
No, qué bonito. Oh, César Augusto Osorio. Yes. ¿Qué tal, César? Saludos.
Saludos.
Yeah, so
Cholita.
there you go. No, it's
Pastorito.
Y así es, ¿no? A eso vamos, ¿no? Es bonito. Sometimes that we're not seeing our friends a lot. Like some of these conversations that I have with you guys, sometimes I could be having them in the back of a club after we are done with our show, like, so
Yeah.
Sometimes part of this show for me, part of the reason I started coming on Tuesdays has been a little bit of that, like, wow, I'm tired of just playing music. I'm tired of just me. So, and here it opens up a little bit this kind of conversations that sometimes musicals have among each other. I know that I'm very good friends with the guys from Brownout, just like you guys, and it has been beautiful to see their interest on Colombia and their interest to get out of their comfort zone and to see you guys interacting with everybody. So in the spirit of that question, ¿cómo ustedes ven, how do you guys see, as Colombianos and great musicians that you are, the Austin music scene, the Austin músicos? How do you feel it? You guys have lived in other places and played in other places. ¿Cómo ven? How is the Austin music scene, and in your eyes, en su perspectiva?
Pues
Hoy,
para mí, Frederico.
Sí, no, oye, no me preguntes, don't ask me that.
Pues no, la escena local, Austin yo vine aquí en el South by Southwest del 2016, porque la primera vez que vine acá a Austin, y me pareció pues como que, wow, no creí que se pudieran hacer tantos conciertos en un solo día en una ciudad, y en toda la ciudad. Y bueno, tuve la oportunidad de girar con otras bandas antes, y luego decidí venir otra vez a ver cómo era la escena local fuera de South by Southwest, un verano en Austin, y pues fue como ¿cómo decir? Como un enamoramiento a primer sol, a primer calor.
¡Qué calor!
Sí, bueno, y pero me encanta cómo, por ejemplo, las puertas para una persona como yo, aquí en esta ciudad, donde el hecho de llegar nuevo, sin muchas experiencias, pues, a nivel de cómo suena la música en la ciudad o qué tipo de música es, que el blues y el rock and roll es una cosa y que tiene por otro lado la parte, no llamarlo netamente latino, sino hispánico, ¿sí? Como que viene esa raíz del indígena aborigen de acá, donde uno también se puede sentir identificado y suena la cumbia como es debido. La cumbia aquí en Texas y de aquí para abajo suena durísimo, suena muy bien y me encanta eso. Entonces,
It's a different, it's a different flavor, ¿no? De cumbia, but es un saborcito diferente, pero qué interesante que les gusta.
Sí, entonces es eso, como que tienes partes que no vas a extrañar de tu recorrido musical. Puedes ir a escuchar una banda de rock, puedes ir a escuchar una banda de cumbia, puedes ir a escuchar una banda de reggae y tener un power trio como el que nosotros tenemos. O sea, hay espacio para que la música se desarrolle a nivel de que el mismo corazón o el mismo sonido de la ciudad quiere. Entonces, en esta pregunta específica, lo que más me gusta y por qué me gusta tanto Austin y qué veo yo tan hermoso de la escena local es que puedo yo desarrollar un proyecto artístico como nosotros creemos que suena. Imaginarlo, ponerlo afuera, que suene y que en este momento estemos nosotros tres compartiendo esa experiencia contigo y con los que nos están viendo, ¿sí? Y con los que traemos desde nuestro país, con los amigos que tocamos, con las otras bandas con las que hemos tocado. Eso es mucha experiencia que uno también trae a la ciudad y que la ciudad, por tener tanto tiempo haciéndolo, le brinda a uno. Entonces hay como un dar y recibir de esta ciudad para cuando, si se llega con un proyecto bueno, con una buena idea, con el corazón abierto, con la creación abierta, ¿sí? Y bueno, muy open mind, me gusta mucho la mente abierta de la gente acá, de las personas, te montan en un jam. Usted es bajista, hágale, usted puede tocar un blues, toque blues. Y es como cuando empiezas a hablar con tu abuelo, con tus tíos, y empiezas a tener ese lenguaje de la ciudad, de cómo hablan, de qué son los shows, los venues, para qué, por qué estar uno ahí. Entonces, pues a mí me gusta mucho, la veo muy bien, me encanta. Creo que lo que va a pasar después de todo esto, y lo puedo asegurar, es que va a haber como un renacimiento de esa escena a otro nivel, ya como tan consciente de que la música en Austin va a ser la verdadera cuna de la música, puede ser hasta el mundo, porque los que estamos acá vamos a seguir trabajando eso.
You're giving me chills. Aquí estoy con...
Austin Heat.
Austin Heat. I'm gonna take a moment to thank everybody from Austin Music Channel 16, who are watching this. We are here with Nemegata. We are here every Tuesday, and all the other friends as well that may be on YouTube and Facebook. And Cesar just spoke about all of the amazing other musicians and other people that Nemegata has had the pleasure to be here, and how this city allowed you to manifest your vision, no? The open-mindedness of this city, this musical scene, has allowed you guys to really push this musical vision without having to conform to something else. And I think it's powerful. And I would say too, the other thing that Cesar said that I was saying that gave me chills was the rebirth that we will have, the renaissance that we'll have after we are done with this pandemic, after we are done with this situation. whenever that is, but when we feel safe to be out there and doing our thing, that our level, we're going to be so ready and with so much energy. And I think the whole live music scene in Austin, the musicians will be on fire and fuego.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for that. just.
Así es. Chicos, another thing that I do, I like to play this game where I show some photos, and then I'm going to show an image and you tell me what comes to your mind when you see this image, okay? It may take the front of the camera, don't worry about it. But here it goes. Vamos a empezar con esta imagen. ¿Qué está pasando? What is happening there? Cuéntanos, tell us.
That's a big family photo.
Aha!
Yeah.
I love those moments. When esos momentos. Was that were you guys a band already, or was that before Nemegata or after?
That was during Nemegata. This was South by Southwest of 2019. No, 2018. And it was our friends from Combuchimbita were here playing South by, and I've known those guys for many years. We
I love that
grew up
band
together.
Mira, ahí creo que también están Bochimbita ahí también, ¿o no?
Sí. El año pasado, last year, they also came for Wepa Festival, and we shared the stage with some Colombian maestros who came here playing. And that's we're right there. We're doing a rueda de bullerengue. Bullerengue is one of the traditional styles or families of rhythms in the Caribbean of Colombia. In Carolina, the singer, she knows a lot about bullerengue. She actually started Bulla en el Barrio, which is a project in New York that does bullerengue. So there we're doing bullerengue. And when my wife and I moved here, we started another bullerengue project here in Austin called Bulla en Austin.
Ooh.
So we get together, play drums, sing, dance. It's sort of like the capoeira way of things. That everyone has to play the drums, everyone has to dance, everyone has to sing. So it's very community oriented. It's like a lot of people come together, clap, sing, dance.
Yo quiero. I need that in my life. Necesito eso en mi vida. And esta no va a ser la ustedes van a regresar a este programa alguna vez. We still have lots to talk about. Pero mira, otra fotito aquí. con la hermosa chica ahí. Cuéntanos, César. ¿Es tu novia?
No, fue la chica que me recibió la primera vez aquí en Austin. Esto es en un bar aquí en la Congress que se llama Sea Boys. Y esa fue como el primer venue donde tuve la posibilidad de hacer un jam con unos músicos ahí tocando blues por la primera noche. Y el que me está acompañando aquí al lado de la reina es Daniel, es el baterista de Superfónicos. Un saludo bien especial para el compañero.
Hola Daniel, ¿qué tal?
Nos acompañó en el proceso y bueno, un saludo bien especial para él y mucha larga vida a Superfónicos ahí. Un saludo bien especial para él.
Un saludo bien especial para los Superfónicos. Y Daniel, cuando antes de la pandemia, Daniel empezó también a tocar conmigo porque yo estaba necesitando un baterista y tocamos y íbamos a tocar más. Teníamos, teníamos agendado varias cosas y bueno, se queda para... todavía vamos a tocar, pero me encanta. Un par de fotitos más, mira, esta. ¿Qué onda? ¿Dónde?
Bien, chévere.
Bueno, nosotros hacemos la tarea y vamos a ver shows juntos como banda.
Yeah.
I love it.
Cuéntalo,
I
Víctor.
love it.
So this was Barracuda, right?
Yeah.
Barracuda last year. We're big fans of one of Chico Man's projects. This is Here Lies Man. You know, Chico Man, he's the guitar player for Antibalas.
Antibalas. Sí.
So when I learned about them, I was like, wow, this is such a cool band because it's like hard rock with this Afrobeat thing. And then I was listening to the melodies and stuff, and the songs are actually written because, you know, Marco's Cuban, so like in the music, you know, so rhythmic. So I was like, I believe that was there was a festival. I forgot the name. But they came through and we met and we chatted. And
it was so
we got a lot of
funny.
friends in common. It was awesome. And we saw him with the hat. And it was like, are you Colombian or what's happening? No, my girlfriend.
Oh, sí, mira. That's right. That's SOS.
He was like busting out the volteado hat, like playing his bass, like playing this like awesome, you know, rock song. It was like super cool.
Man, qué bonito. O sea, I like that what he said. Oh, a banda que acude a conciertos juntos permanece junto.
Sí, total. Por el resto de nuestra vida, así será.
Así es.
Fuego.
Vamos a hablar del fuego because I see el fuego como un elemento muy especial en su banda. So I don't know, I always see fire around the artwork for Nemegata. Y esa foto como que me gustó, ¿no?
Yeah, that's actually here in the by the outside of my house. There's a little
Nice.
fireplace. And fire. Well, gata means fire in Muisca.
Oh, okay.
And Neme is like the mountain cat, or sort of like a small jaguar.
In the mountains in Colombia,
Nemegata. Yeah. So yeah, the fire for us is something meaningful for our band, and also because we always talk about keeping that fire within us alive. You know, like bring the fire,
Ooh.
keep the fire alive, no matter what. Like just keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's sort of our inspiration too, you know. And fuego is like our grandpa. It's like abuelo is. There's so many things about fire that we sort of cherish and respect. We respect it. There's a song, we respect fire, but we're not afraid of it.
Exactly. Yes, I heard, escuché la canción, me encantó, and I think that was even in this description of the picture. I think you say that, and I'm gonna show some, some artwork here from your band that incorporates these elements. But before, let's give some credit to. So I think this is someone. This is someone very special for your band. Would you mind talking about her?
Yeah, Bettina. She's been doing a lot of artwork for us. She did the first 45. She does lino cut, you know, like lino work.
Sí.
And so the 45s, we made them by hand. They're handcrafted. So she has printed every single box. So everyone is unique, you know, because you never have the same sort of print. So she's done that. She did the artwork for the last, our latest album. She has done a lot of photography work for us. She's just been like all around
amazing
awesome with us. Yeah.
Amazing.
Support. Yeah. Saludo bien especial para Betty también, que hoy está aquí también con nosotros, pero además que está ahí viéndonos también.
Yeah.
Saludos.
Sí. Saludos. Mi esposita también.
Ah, maravilha. Grande saludo, abraço a la brasileña a todos ustedes de la familia Nemegata, porque it takes a village, and I know, guys, being in music and doing, I've always played in bands. Only in the last 3 years that I kind of started my project, not because I wanted to be solo artist, but more for practical reasons. But es algo muy bonito, no? La comunidad, and I never take that for granted. So I'm so glad that you guys have the same feeling. I love this, esa imagen, creo que la saqué de su sitio, from your website. I see the fire, I see the cat, I believe. So talk to us a little bit about the inspiration here, or maybe about what you guys have in terms of your new release de su música.
Yeah, so this is basically that combination of the fire and the mountain cat, that jaguar, signifying that ancestry, and within that fire there's a corn cub.
Oh, that's right. I see it now.
Yeah, it's sort of like hidden, but it's there, and that's one element that has united this all of us, from Mexico down to Bolivia. Corn, it's such a sacred plant, and it's part of that legacy. Yeah. And that was actually Betty's idea, that she sort of like, hey, I think we can add this inside that fire,
No, you can't. See, yo soy fan. It's hard for me to talk about you guys because I'm a fan of yours. So I'm like, oh, me encanta todo. Me encanta el arte. Me encanta eso. And actually, I'm going to put it out there in the middle of the internet or the world. If you guys in the future ever have a track that you want to add a Brazilian flavor, call me. I'll be there like that day. I'll be there. I'll drop whatever I'm doing. Oh, hay que hacer algo en portugués con un poco, hay que poner algo, hay que hacer una colaboración. I'll be there.
Thank you.
No, sí. Oye, más comentarios aquí. I want to get to folks. Rambo Salinas está aquí. Hola, Rambo.
Rambo.
Eso. Y tiene pregunta, mira. Tiene pregunta para ustedes.
He's always... He's like, woo, I see him everywhere. He's we love Rambo. Sí. He's awesome.
Rambo,
awesome duty.
You were nice guys, so we're going to be friends, because if these guys are saying good things about you, then I'll trust them. Pero yeah. Sí, háblanos de Sonorama, ¿qué onda?
Sonorama, so that's also...
Sonorama, perdón, sí.
That's our extended family in Chicago. Sonorama, they're a collective of DJs in Chicago, and they have a record label. They're like vinyl collectors. They're all about vinyl. They know so much about records and music. Oh my God, there's like extensive collections of vinyl. So actually I learned about them years ago when my friends in New York from Maku Sound System connected with them, and they've always been like, I've always had them like there, just like
I wanna be in their radar, maybe.
Yeah. And so we've had a lot of friends in common, and we met Rambo at our first show, and Rambo was with Eddie, he's part of it's three guys. He's part of Sonorama. And we connected them, and Rambo was like, I remember he was telling me, he'd be like, hey guys, so he would tell the guys from Sonorama, like, hey, check out these guys. He would go to Chicago and bring our records there and like sell them, and so long story short, eventually we connected with this new album, and they heard it, and they're like, hey, we like that music, we want to put it out on vinyl. So we started with them, and yeah, they became our label. for
That
this
is
for this album.
that is amazing. That is great because as independent artists, that's the support that we need, right? We can do a lot ourselves, and we do a lot ourselves, but there comes a time where, yeah, ayuda, apoyo, colaboración, es vital. No, it comes a time when we really need that to get to the next level, you know. So that's
Yeah.
great, guys.
It's always been like just our friends or family. Even Camilo Niño Lento from Combo Chimbita also had that sort of push when he was in Chicago with them, like, hey, you know, Nemegata's recording an album, you should listen to it. You know, it's like all these like small pieces kind of bringing the whole picture together. Felipe from Combo, I mean, it's always all, you know, putting the whole puzzle together, all the people helping each other and making it happen.
No, es muy bonito. Mira, tengo la última fotito aquí para que vean. I know you're gonna get a little bit sad with this one, but it's okay.
The South by.
Porque es the picture, your official picture for being a 2020 South by Southwest artist. Of course, as we know now, that was almost the week. No, we were going to have a very busy week, all of us, or 2 weeks, and then nuestros planes se nos quitaron el plan de abajo, ¿verdad? But I just want to tell you guys how awesome that you guys were selected as official artists for 2020. I already had you on my list, even though I live here. I wanted to see you during the festival. Pero the way that I see it, you know, is just that one little thing. Even though you didn't play, empezando así, el capítulo 1 en Austin, hemos llegado, ¿no? Como que, we have arrived. Hello, ¿no?
Yes.
But I'm sure that it felt great when you guys got the news, and you guys were very excited, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yes, it was.
We're excited.
It was nice to know that we were going to be part of that, and yeah, there was a lot of plans. We were going to connect with a lot of people. We had a tour planned, all the way to Chicago. Rambo actually was helping us with that, and yeah, it was sad that it fell through, but it was nice to know that people are noticing what we're doing, and they're considering us for events like these, you know.
I know, absolutamente. There will be other South by Southwest festivals that will be it will be here, and you will be in it. So no hay problema, no. Seguimos, no. Siempre. Queridos, voy a tocar algo de música de ustedes para terminar nuestro tiempo. I always think about, como artistas, the word resiliency, o la palabra en español, ¿cómo sería?
Resiliencia.
Resiliencia. En esos días así complicadillos, yo veo que es bonito ver que it's cool to see that your relationship between the three of you guys and y'all's families seem to be providing you with that, right? So before we let you go and play your music a little bit more, what are things that people should know now? I have your website here, so of course people can visit it. And your music is in all platforms, right? I know you guys got stuff. Así que es muy fácil encontrarles, pero ¿hay algo en especial que están armando? Are you guys, anything that you're doing right now that you want to let us know?
Yes, there is a music video that's going to be released in November. Actually, November 6th.
Eso.
And there's going to be an exclusive preview the day before. We'll let everyone know where and exactly when on the 5th that's going to happen. But it's going to be our official video. It's going to drop on November 6th. So look out for that. That's we're very excited about that, actually.
Maravilla. I will reach
Yeah.
out to you guys so I can get permission from you to play that video here as well. So that would be
course.
great.
Awesome. Yeah.
Y ahí mantenemos el contacto. We will maintain the energy. It's been such a pleasure to just spend this time. I know, like I said, we would be seeing each other in an event here and there. So we are bringing this energy for more people. Uma vez mais, a todos no Brasil, abraço no Brasil, se vocês estão vendo agora ou depois. Muita gente vê esse show em Brasil depois, assim que um abraço. Toda a gente de Latinoamérica, en México, si de repente hasta en Colombia, si llega este show a Colombia del corazón.
Sí.
Por supuesto va a llegar.
Sí, sí, y a todos aquí here in Austin, all of you guys that have been tuning in to see and to hear from Nemegata, thank you. I am here interviewing my amazing friends every Tuesday, and I'll share with you guys that. Yes, I am doing many power trios, so I'm gonna have another power trio next week,
Nice.
which is Las Tiara Girls.
Tiara Girl.
Yes, and you know they've been doing a lot of things to get young people to vote. Están usando su música para que la gente vaya y voten, así que si nos están viendo, anybody that is watching us, if you live here in the United States, if you can vote, si pueden votar y están registrados, please, please, please take your time. Go vote. Que vayan a hacer lo que deben hacer, si pueden. Hay mucha gente que no puede. There's a lot of people that wish they could vote and they cannot. So, es un privilegio, is a privilege. Entonces, queridos, voy a tocar su música. Gracias por estar aquí. Un placer.
Gracias a ti.
A ti.
Thank you so much
A
for
ti,
having
Frederico.
us.
No,
Thanks so much.
aquí estamos. I will be in touch with you guys. So, es nada más hasta pronto.
Así es.
Y ahí vamos a escuchar
Abrazos.
un poquito. Abrazo. Vamos a ver lo que hicieron para something that you guys did for the Hot Sauce Festival. A ver. Eso.
Porro de Manuel.
Un abrazo. Bye bye.
Abrazo.
Bye, Frederico.
Al pueblo de Guacamayal para que te acompañara. Si el cementerio te llama, y señores, déjenlo ir. Si el cementerio te llama, y señores, déjenlo ir.
Viva, 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 viva Nemegata, viva Nemegata. Ay, 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 el fuego de la montaña. Qué maravilla. What a beautiful music, beautiful time. I love Colombian culture. I love la gente de Colombia. Bonita gente, bonito alma, espíritu. So, thank you. Thank you once again for being here, for creating connection, for building resiliency with me. Once again, I am going to share with you guys that next week, next Tuesday, Tiara Girls, eso, my friends, mis amigas, we are going to talk about what's inspiring them, how they are finding resiliency during these crazy times, and how they use their music to leverage young people to get out there and to vote. So yes, next week, tune in, los martes. And you can do it so in different ways here. You know, you can do it so if you're in Austin or if you are around the world. Una vez más, gracias, querido César, Victor, Fabián, Nemegata. Thank you so very much for being here in the show. Eso es, aquí. Once again, Austin Music Channel, muchas gracias, and for all the platforms. But foremost, thank you right now. I know that there's some people. Hey, hola, ¿qué tal? Some people are looking at the show right now, so I really want to thank you and thanking you for building some connection here with Austin musicians, building some connection with creatives, finding out a little bit more about what's happening in our scene. Right, once again. Kudos to Gina Chavez Grammy nomination. Kudos to Cilantro Boombox for their song on NBA's ESPN among the songs of the week. Go Cilantro. Kudos to Atlas Mayor for getting featured in the Jazz Weekly and Jazz Is This, so getting some great press. And kudos to all of the Austin artists, los artistas que siguen, the artists that, not just Austin. Kudos to you if you're creating your art, if you're believing in your music, in your art in general, if you're in your, whatever you're doing, right? If you're believing in that which brings you joy, si estás creyendo en aquel que le está trayendo alegría y amor y conexión al mundo. We need it, and it's not always easy to keep going in financial terms for artists, for us to keep doing what we're doing, right? Pero ahí seguimos. Un abrazo a todos. Before I say bye-bye today, I'll just share some news with you guys that yes, Friday the 23rd, live show, socially distancing, outdoor, bring your own booze live show. I will be playing with my quartet. We are going to be playing at Esquina Tango because look at what they did. They created a beautiful patio with socially distancing platforms that you can reserve ahead of time. And so you can be, enjoying your friends, enjoying the beverage that you bring, and dust out your dancing shoes and come to the show on Friday the 23rd, that I will be playing some Brazilian music from the 70s and some Brazilian music from now. Um pouquinho de Jorge Ben, Seu Jorge, muitas outras coisas, a lot of other stuff, and some original music as well. So finally, it's been a long time. I haven't played with my band since... haven't played with my band since late February, desde febrero. So definitely looking forward to share with you guys on Friday the 23rd. So go to esquinatangoaustin.com because tickets are they're gonna run out, the tickets are going to run out. Pero un saludo a todos. Juan Díaz, ¿qué tal, Juan Díaz? Ahorita, in a moment, I will republish the interview. We just finished the interview. We were with Nemegata for a good hour, and we're about to say goodbye. So I will be publishing the interview, and you can find the whole thing on YouTube. Let me give you, for everybody here, once we are done here, you can just go to my YouTube channel and watch the complete interview. Here it goes in the bottom. bit.ly/Frederico7 channel. And on the Frederico7 Facebook page as well. You can watch the whole interview. We had a great time. Tuvimos un excelente momento. Y ahí vamos, ahí seguimos. Un abrazo a todos, a la gente de Colombia, especialmente un gran abrazo para ustedes, and for the people of Austin as well, especially to everybody keeping it real. Hope you guys are doing well. I will finish the show with a little bit of live music, and I will see you next week with the Tiara Girls. Abrazo.
Hasta poder bailar.